Emma and Chase didn't never knew each other, so this is going to change a lot of things. Let's see how this unfolds. So episode 1, I have no reason that the events would change, so I think Caleb is just out because Emma doesn't affect the challenge. Like, the only difference for Emma being is that she wouldn't annoy Chase in the first episode. Episode 2 would be different because she's not targeting Chase for the entire episode with her cannon. So Axel still kicks Ripper off the platform. And Priya then gets knocked off. Chase would part the other team, but Emma's not annoyed at him now, so that's important. Emma wouldn't hit Chase because they're not together. They were never together. Millie and Damien are now out at this point. Followed by Scary Girl. Actually out here. And Chase and Z. Z would still crash into, but Axel still gets eliminated. Because nothing suggests to me that the same people wouldn't get voted off in this challenge. So episode 3. So episode 3, you can basically say that Michelle still gets eliminated, and we can say that in episode 4, Damien still gets voted off because as a result. Episode 5, Scary goes to the costume of the team loss, and MK gets voted off after spying on confessionals. And now it's the merge. Let's go on to the challenge. Episode 7, I think Emma and Chase aren't making up for each other, so I'm liking now. Ripper. But Wayne and Raj still get removed from the game this challenge. Episode 8, Julia still in the challenge, and everyone gangs up on Ripper. Episode 9 is Battlefield Earth. Now this episode is vastly different now. Because, number 1, Emma and Bowie don't have Chase in an alliance. Julia isn't trying to work with the others, Priya and Millie. Chase is by himself, and so is Z. Julia still has immunity at this point, so that's important to note. And I think Priya, Millie, and Z would vote Bowie. I think Chase would also vote for Bowie. I think Chase is happy to vote for him. I don't think it really matters here. I think Bowie's going home after this challenge because he wouldn't join both alliances. Episode 10, I think the winner of the challenge is still Emma. Chase would still jump off a pizza. I'm going to say Z actually wins the challenge because he wouldn't do that well here. And I think everyone just gangs up on Julia because she's the biggest threat that's not immune. She's done the best overall in the seasons. And because Emma and Chase aren't a couple, they're not going to realise, well, that's going to be quite threatening, so they're just going to vote her off. Episode 11 is the episode where Walter's victorious. So Chase is a flogger, so I do think Chase would more than likely win this challenge. So he wins the challenge. Priya and Millie vote Z. Chase and Z vote Millie, and I think Emma would tag along with the boys and just vote for Millie because she realises that them two are the last alliance. So, Caved In by the Ball is interesting to get coins. So, I think because the teams are so different now, I decided the teams are so different now, it'd be boys versus girls. So, it's Chase and Z versus Priya and Emma. I think Chase and Emma would win because Chase and Z would win because I think Chase and Z would be a lot better at this challenge because they carry a lot more coins. And I think Emma and Priya just wouldn't get along that well. So I think the boys win the challenge. Because Chase is really good at stunts, so I imagine he would be able to get that a lot faster. And these two off each other, I think they will fit Priya. JC and Emma are in the finale. I mean, that's kind of funny. They don't know each other, and yet they're in the finale. So this is the elimination order. And basically, that's the timeline. And who picks who? Alright. So I think the winner of the challenge is going to be Chase, and then Emma. So Bowie and Emma, Z and Chase and Damien Ripper, Emma and Priya. I think Chase wins, and I also want to say Emma wins. I think Chase would be the canon winner. So that's the complete timeline in season 1, and now we go straight into season 2. So the one, I think Chelsea wins the challenge, and Scaraboro. So 2 is going to be a lot different because Emma will not get in Chase's head to put him off his game, so he's not gonna lose the challenge for his team. So I think he actually is able to win, and everyone votes for Millie because she pushed Damien down the slide. Episode 3, Poor Snaps. MK and Julia still cheats, and now that the rats lose this challenge, they vote for Emma because Emma made it pretty far last season. She's the biggest threat that's not immune. Besides Z, that side, I think she's just going to roll off after this challenge. Episode 4. The Rat Face. So I think even with the skunk butt cheating, Emma was the reason that the rats were doing so well, and because she's not convinced not to help, I think they lose the challenge. And they just vote for Z, because Priya and Kel aren't a couple yet, and they realise that Z's a bigger threat going forward. Ice Beat You, I think this is where they find out that the cheating happens. Last episode before the merge, and I think Julia convinces Michelle to still quit. Now at the merge, and let's just change this to merge. The merge episode. MK still gets punished for cheating. Damien still wins the challenge. And I think Julia would make a villain to try to get Bowie out like in the original. So I think Bowie does still get eliminated. So I think Bowie still goes. Actually, Bowie's not got as big a vendetta against everyone as he does in the original, but I still think he probably gets voted off. Episode 7 is the cooking challenge, and Julia and Raj and Wayne win immunity, and Axel gets voted off and Ripper quits. Episode 8, Holland Ball. So the final name was climb a pinball mountain. Alright, so it must climb a mountain. Alright. And I think he's not here to reveal everyone's secrets, right? So he's not here to reveal that Caleb is only using Priya from the Alliance as the past few years winner. But that wouldn't happen here, so Priya and Caleb are actually in a very good relationship wise. So I think the winner would still be Priya. And Julia gets the Hockey Bros and Chase to vote for Caleb. Because in this timeline, Caleb is a big threat. I think Julia can be quite convincing, like Bowie was, so I think she does the same thing. On top of the fact Priya and Caleb would just be a power couple, and that would be quite fun. So breaking up is hard to do. So basically, this is where I find that biggest thing. Break it. It's completely random what they can find. So I'm just going to say the strongest person wins immunity. And if I'm being honest, that's going to be Priya. And I still think everyone votes MK because Julia convinces everyone and MK to vote for each other in our episode. So I think MK goes. Circling the Drain, I think the winner is interesting. I think the winner of the challenge is still going to be Julia. But she's not. And I think she gives the win to Chase. So you have Chase immunity and Damon still got some fairly looted. Working K9. I think Julia wins the challenge and they vote for Raj. Priya is convinced with Chase. And Priya, Chase, and Julia have no choice but to go for Raj because in the finale they're going to choose each other. I think that's what they do. Off the hook. I think Caleb won the original. But now, I think Chase would win. Would be Julia because she would do the best in the challenge. And she gets Wayne and Chase. Chase and Wayne vote for Priya. Chase and Priya vote Wayne. Chase also votes from Priya. I think I will vote for Chase after this challenge because he's the biggest threat that's not immune. So I think they vote Chase. So, top three. Very close, they each get winning endings. I just realised the two winners are in the finale. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. This is the animation I think is about to go on. If Emma and Chase never knew each other. And yeah, so